Hey, hey, hey. I am Angie Rose with Angie Rose Health Coaching, and we're here today for our Monday show with Faith, Food, Fitness, and Freedom. And today I'm going to be talking to you about a topic called stress that heals. Stress that heals. So many of us, we know that stress is a bad thing because most of us are under prolonged, hardcore stress all the time, whether it's with our jobs, whether it's with our finances, our family, our kids, our home, you name it. There are so many stressors coming at us every single day. However, there are some stressors that honestly are pretty good for us. They actually help us. So, if you're kind of feeling stuck in your health journey, I want to give you a few ideas today of what healthy stress might look like. So there is actually a term for it. It's called hormesis. Hormesis, which is actually the scientific term short for, it's for short controlled stress that actually tells your body it's time to adapt, which that really means like adapt to the pressure and get stronger. Right? So, think about this when we're exercising. When you first start exercising, it's really, really hard because it stresses the body out and it makes it hard for us because we're trying to do it. But the reality of it is the longer we are under that time of stress, the body begins to adapt. It's the same way with weight training. When I am lifting a weight, that weight is putting stress on the muscle and causing it to tear a little micro tears. Don't get me wrong. We don't want big tears, but little micro tears. And what that does is as that heals, it causes the muscle to become stronger. So let me give you a few ideas of personally how you can add the right kinds of stress to your life. So for example, when it comes to our nervous system, right? We've all heard about cold plunging. Well, most of us are not going to go and probably dip our body into an ice bath or go buy a cold plunge tank. Some of you might, but really when we get in the cold, it shocks the body and it causes the nervous system to be able to handle discomfort. So one of the things that you can do is actually to wake yourself up and get that energy flowing is in the shower. You can do a cold shower, right? Like I don't love this. I'm not going to lie. I don't like cold. But the reality of it is it helps the nervous system to handle discomfort. A second thing you can do is to shock the body a little bit by fasting. Okay. I have people ask me all the time. They're like, Angie, what do you think about fasting? Like intermittent fasting for weight loss and things like that. I am absolutely not against it. And there are huge benefits to fasting. The problem is that most people get into this one meal a day long term. And what actually happens is that long term messes up your metabolism because your body begins to adapt to only having one meal a day. And unfortunately, then it only uses the energy needed for one meal a day. So I'm not really about long-term fasting, but for example, fasting overnight for 12 to 14 hours to improve your metabolic health. So what would be an example of this, right? Like, so it could be I eat dinner at 6 o'clock and I do not 6 p.m. and I don't eat again until 8 a.m. the next day. That would be 14 hours. Your body is literally in a fast overnight. There are times, I actually just did this last week, where I fasted my breakfast completely and I did a 16-hour window fast where I ate dinner about 6:30 and I didn't eat again until noon the next day. That's almost 18 hours, I believe. And so then I get right back on track with my regular meals. So that shocks the body a little bit to kind of go, oh, okay, one, she's not eating right now. Two, I need to digest my food and that gives the stomach a little bit of a break of not having to work all the time, right? And so what it does is it gives us a little grace, or gives the body a little grace to digest better. It helps the body rev up the metabolism and the metabolic system. But what happens is people start, like I said earlier, they start starving themselves and they're only eating one meal a day. That slows everything down. You got to shock your body. You got to change it up. You got to do some things a little bit different. Third thing is lifting heavy things to get stronger. If you guys have followed me for any reasonable amount of time, you know that I am all about weightlifting. I think, especially for us women, as we get older, we need to lift weights. The more muscle we have, the better our metabolism is going to run, the better we're going to have, or the less chances we're going to have of breaking a bone, and many, many other things, right? Because it also builds up the bones. So when we lift that heavy weight, number one, you're not going to get big and bulky like a dude unless you want to. You'd have to lift really hard and heavy, but you're going to build that muscle and it builds resilience. So the next time you lift, it actually is even better, right? Now, the soreness is worth it. I'm going to say that I'm at a point in my life, if I'm not sore in some way, shape, or form, then my previous workout the day before probably was not 100 beneficial, because I like to lift heavy. So what I want you to think about is pick one of these this week that you can implement. Don't do all three. Pick one. Cold showers for the nervous system, fasting for the 12 to 14 hours, start weight training. Pick one of those and just try to shock the body a little bit. Maybe you've never heard that term, but my goal is, even with my clients in here, we will change calorie ranges. If they get stuck, I'm like, all right, listen, you got to eat more. They freak out on me a little bit. I'm like, we don't have to do it for long term. We just got to give your body that chance to change it up a little bit. Okay. I'm not giving you freedom to go eat a bunch of crap. So hear me. But when I add this stuff in, what I notice is it changes my appetite. I have more energy, right? I have more energy. I'm less reactive because I can handle stress a little bit better. And honestly, every one of these create way more mental clarity for me. My brain fog, or my brain doesn't get foggy. Like even after my workout, I drive home in the morning after teaching my class, and I notice like my vision is clearer, my brain is clear. I just feel better. Okay, so there are lots of benefits to this, guys. So again, you don't have to do them all, but stress the body in the right way to grow it, strengthen it, change it, do the things you need to do with it. Maybe you're plateaued. Sometimes we just got to try something a little bit different, because if what you're doing isn't working, you better try something different. Right? All right, guys. Well, I hope you all have an amazing week. We finally here had a week of summer last week, and I loved it. We are in the 90s. Hallelujah. This girl likes 90s. I know not all of you do. I understand that. So just want you guys to just have a great week, and I will see you pop up a couple times this week as I do a couple other videos. But be blessed and enjoy the weather. Bye. We'll see you later.